Many thanks for joining. This is the TGIF edition of Breakfast Central right here on News Central. Now you can follow us on all socials. We're always at News Central TV on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're outside Nigeria and even within Nigeria at this point in time, feel free to check us out on Twitter as well. Now let's take a look at what stories are making the front pages this morning. I think we're starting in West Africa as always. That's This Nigeria newspaper.
On this Nigeria newspaper, that front page has the picture of that man who has been the most talked about man in the past few weeks, you could say rather, few months, and he is no other than Abba Kyari. Wanted in US, dragged to court in Nigeria, Kyari entangled. That's what you will get. Yes, that's the headlines right there. Amid NDLEA's 8-count criminal charge for drug deal, federal government concludes extradition to USA over hush-puppy money laundering. So Abba Kyari finally is extradited to the United States. But that's not just all of the stories that you have on the front page of this Nigeria. Russia-Ukraine war, evacuation of stranded Nigerians suffer setback. Only 160 out of 600 agreed to return from Poland. And that question is indeed rife right about now, that will Nigerians return, come what may? Well, there you have the answer. ASU strike, federal government reconstitutes team to renegotiate 2009 agreement. Now, that is one of the updates a lot of us are looking forward to read about, and we have more. This time, court remands Adedunyi in prison over OAU student's death. You can read about that. Page 12 has that story. Federal government begins mass demolition of structures in Abuja. Page 5, it comes again. I was running away from 4 men after hit and run incident, says musician Timaya. Definitely, he was trending yesterday, but that's all you can find on the front page of this Nigeria. Make sure you pick it up. They say, know the truth.
Know the truth. Let's head into the Daily Nation this morning. That's the Kenya paper, Daily Nation. Rumble in the city. That's one major story we're looking at, talking about the election as we count down to the election in Nairobi. Rumble in the city, Kasarani is the tentative venue of the showdown, according to Azimio insiders. That's what it says. Raila dares Kalonzo to delegate face-off. That's a big one. Let the people decide, it says. That's on pages 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation this morning. Now, on the left-hand side, it talks about real estate properties. Apartment owners can now obtain title deed. That's what it's saying there. You will get that also from the Daily Nation. And a little bit of entertainment. It says here, Twitter loves swindler who conned Kenyan women of millions. There you have it. Also, looking at this story, U.S. assures Ruto on polls as purge of allied officials shift to countries. The new battlefront, it says. That's on pages 12 and 13 of the Daily Nation. On the upper right hand there, you can see that story that's on the back page. Budget impasse hits farmers and teachers. Fertilizer subsidies and teacher training program face uncertain futures. MPs bicker along the political divide. That's one major story at the back page. And to wrap it up from the Daily Nation, on page 52, you can see a young lady here, and it seems she's saying, "Dear FIFA, please open your eyes and see the rot in football." Well, that's for sports from the Daily Nation.
Definitely from sporting. You're talking about countries that have been banned by FIFA, but go get it and read it. Let's go straight to South Africa. This time we are talking SOWETAN. Only chiefs can stop downs. Well, you want to check out that page. It's back page, by the way. Ukrainian refugees reach million, page 16. Ukrainian refugees reach million. That's on page 16. Timeout. Still fishing for talents, page 17. Raise kids to outgrow gendered roles, page 23. Raise kids to outgrow gendered roles. Sounds quite interesting. That should have tickled your fancy. You might want to go pick it up and definitely read. But let me tell you more. Well, on the front page there, that's a big one. It says, Mayor to ANC workers, tell us why you must keep your job. When you hear that question, it means, tell us why I shouldn't fire you. Yeah, it's a simple way of saying that. But this has got to do with battle lines being drawn as Falatse seeks to fire 130 City of Joburg political appointments made permanent employees by predecessor. So it's a new sheriff in town, and he's saying, listen, tell me why you should keep your jobs. Indirectly, Well, watch out for Diva Bililiad because coach not impressed with antics. Box coach not impressed with antics at the Soweto Derby. It's happening, and therefore you can also catch that up. But the big one, the picture as well. Let me quickly take that. 10 suspects arrested in connection with the deadly shooting that took place in Rossendville, Johannesburg last month, in which 8 people were killed, appearing in the Johannesburg Magistrates Court yesterday. Their case was postponed to April 8, which means they spend more time behind bars as they wait for a result. But that's all we're taking on the front page of the SOWETAN.
And to wrap up this morning, let's head back to West Africa, Nigeria. This time around, we're going to the Daily Trust. Now, talking about the Russia-Ukraine war, operational itches delay evacuation of stranded Nigerians, it says here. Anxiety heightens among parents. Citizens' refusal to return responsible. The government official is coming out to say this. Now, you can see this picture here. Also, you can see the president himself addressing the 50th anniversary of the United Nations Environmental Program in Kenya yesterday. Now, we're aware that the president of Nigeria is out of the country. He's out on official duty, although he will be going for his health check as well. More details from the Daily Trust on page 6. ISWAP training suicide bombers to attack security agents, communities. This is coming from DSS. On page 4, federal government to sanction underperforming discos, insist meters are free. Well, in my case, I didn't get it for free. More details from page 4 this morning. And when it comes to fuel in Nigeria, NNPC rules out fuel price hike, says 1.7 billion liters in stock. Well, that's it from the Daily Trust this morning.